Okay, good afternoon. It is Sunday, 8th of September 2024. So second video, and let's have a recap. So here is the image, which compositionally I find quite interesting, and I like the sort of Hot Me style, but I was struggling with what to write with. So what did I do? I did some automatic free writing, just a block of text after my initial ideas. And then I had this, which I don't remember being happy with. So what I'm going to do is read it through, maybe edit it a bit, maybe try something completely different and take it from there. So apparently I've written missing shadow caster report. No one knew where the shadow came from. After they had cleared the road, cordoned off the exits, taped up the scene, they saw it, a slick that spread across the concrete as if a skyscraper loomed in front of the sun, as if a line of trees barricaded the horizon at dawn. But that line was clear. It was as if the ground itself grieved and didn't want to be seen because of what it had seen. The yellow tape flayed in the wind. The cones slid with the wind. The lamps blinked, being solar-powered. The officer opened their pad, noted the time and day, and walked away. It just feels very inconsequential and light, is basically my response to that at the moment. Time of day, and walked away. Slid. And cone slid with its force. The lamps blinked, solar powered, while the lamps blinked, being solar powered. The officer opened their pad, noted the time of day, and walked away. Okay. Alright, so there's something there which I'm not particularly happy with, but anyway, it's life in it, I suppose. Let's go back to the image and see what I can write, I suppose. I think I've got something, I suppose. They didn't tell us what had happened. That wasn't part of our job. We were told to hope and cone the area. And that was it. So we pieced it all together with the clues. It wasn't part of our job. Okay. Mhm. So we pieced it all together with the clues. Tire tracks burnt into the asphalt. Broken glass that hung around the lamppost. The bloodstains that were printed along the curve. At times like these, you think of yourself or those you love and how easily their life could have been spread across the street. The trees swaying in the indifferent breeze. They didn't tell us what had happened. That wasn't part of our job. We were told to tape and cone the area, and that was it. I think there's something here. I like the ending of that anyway. So I think what it needs, don't know what's happened here. I think what it needs is just some fleshing out here. Um, so we pieced it all together with the clues. Tire, tire tracks burned into the asphalt. The broken glass that hung around the lamppost. The blood stains that were printed along the curb. The body bag that glistened, glistened, glistened in the sun. Body bag, its black shine, its own shadow. Times like these, you think of yourself or those you love and how easily their lives could have been spread all across the street with someone else tagging and tagging and tagging and tagging, taken. If I do that, I want to get rid of tape at the start then. We were told to coordinate off and comb the area. And that was it. So, oh yeah, here we go. You think of yourself or those you love and how easily their lives could have been spread across the street with someone else bagging and tagging and taping while the trees sway in the indifferent breeze. Taping and tagging and bagging. Taping and bagging and tagging while the trees sway in the indifferent breeze. Okay, that is far more interesting, I think. They didn't tell us what had happened. Okay, way more happy with that. It's quite intriguing. Okay, let's get that. Yeah, that sorted, and let's keep going. They didn't tell us what had happened. That wasn't part of our job. We were told to cordon off and hone the area. Our white suits, boots, stark against the grey streets and blue sky. So, our hands gloved and tense, our backs aching from the sweeping our sweeping our feet, careful not to drag along any evidence. So we pieced it all together with the clues. The tire tracks burnt into the asphalt, the broken glass that hung around the lamppost, the bloodstains that were printed along the curb, the body bag that glistened in the sun, its black shine, its own shadow. At times like these, you think of yourself and those you love and how easily their lives could have been spread across the street with someone else, tapping, taping, and bagging and tagging, while the trees sway in the indifferent breeze. Okay. Like some of the enjambment there as well. They didn't tell us what had happened. That wasn't part of our job. We were told to cordon off and comb the area, our white suits stark against the grey streets and blue sky, our hands gloved and tense, our backs aching from the sweeping, our feet careful not to drag along any evidence. Grey and blue sky and orange cones, and yellow tape there. Yellow tape. To drag along any evidence. That wasn't part of our job. We were told to cordon off and comb the area, our white suits stark against the grey streets and blue sky and yellow tape, our hands gloved and tense, our backs aching from the sweeping, our feet careful not to drag along any evidence. Feet careful not to drag along any evidence. So, we pieced it all together with the clues. The tyre tracks burned to the asphalt, the broken glass that hung around the lamppost, the blood stains that were printed along the curb, the body bag that glistened in the sun, its black shine, its own shadow. At times like these, you think of yourself or those you love, and how easily their lives could have been spread across the street with someone else taping and bagging and tagging, while the trees swayed, while the trees sway in the indifferent breeze. Okay. They didn't tell us what had happened. That wasn't part of our job. We were told to cordon off and comb the area. I've changed my mind about that. Our white suits stark against the grey streets and blue sky and yellow tape. And gloved and tense. Our backs aching from the sweeping. Our feet careful not to drag along any evidence. So we pieced it all together with the clues. The tyre tracks burnt into the asphalt, the broken glass that hung around the lamppost, that circled the lamppost, the blood that was painted, was pressed into the curve. Black body bag that glistened in the sun, its black shine, its own shadow. It was like these. You think of yourself or those you love, and how easily their lives could have been spread all across the street, with someone else taping and begging and tagging, while the trees sway in the indifferent breeze. Okay. I think I'm going to leave it there for today. It's coming up to 20 minutes. It's interesting. I think I took something from. What's going on here? What's that? Just a random bit of the line. It's no good, is it? Yeah, going from a poem that I wasn't particularly happy with. There was something in there that I did like. I can't remember what it is now. Anyway, having a few drafts of those, I think I'll go back to the image at some point. Maybe something about the book. Let's just put that in there. I'm not going to do that today. Book. Uh, image. Book. Just a note to self. But that I think by itself is more interesting. I like the sort of haiku nature of it. Although now I can see I've messed that up slightly. Does it really matter? Or maybe like this. Steeping and begging and tagging while the trees sway in the indifferent breeze. Mm, mm, I think that's the only one there. I think. Not sure. Okay, I'll think about that more. But yeah, that's something. I'm just mumbling now. Okay. Something to work on in future days. All right, folks. Next time.